sound comes from one side of the place, and then if you go to the front door, that's the back part of the place where I am, and then if you go to the front part, the sound comes on there, on and off today. Inside house sounds, and this is not that bad because that sound is more muted. It can be very negative some days, really negative, and it's continual though. Every day there's always sound coming into the place, apart from Sunday, their day off. That must be their day of rest. I guess they have to make it look a bit normal, even though there's nothing normal about the patrol reality, the patrol monitoring, watching reality that's around me. Plane going over at the same time, mobile won't pick that up. It's the plane going over the roof at the same time as that weird kind of muted sound coming from next door almost, you could say. All these sounds are quite close. But it's the case sometimes, like before this, where you had places being under construction a few doors down, but the sound still come right into the place. Every bit of work, according to how I'm feeling, they bring the sound louder and closer every day. So it's keeping you depressed all the time. That's what they're doing to you. And then they bring emotional problems into your life and all sorts of other practical problems to keep you focused on the negative of your life, turning negative every day, so that I feel as though there's not a lot of hope left. And believe you me, I do wonder if this will always be the last video, because it could well be. So know that if I don't make videos, that basically I'm finished, or that they've got the better of me. Because, you know, I don't see it as a battle, but they do. You know, I have no bad feelings for them. I don't even know them, but they have anti-life, anti-human feelings, unfortunately. I don't know why. It's just, I guess, different makers make different beings and they operate differently. If you're a control being and that's your life, you know, if you're all about control owning, I guess, well, it's a bit like when you're in the army, and this is really a civilian army, which is very difficult to accept at this time, because you think that things should be better in, you know, when I say the world, but I mean whatever your world is, because you think that it's so even the internet is really all in some respects, even the light that you get off the screen. In other words, you might have things that you totally relate to and agree with, like you might have religious sermons on the screen, and you might even be given the truth on the screen. But it is all part of the matrix, so it's all, unfortunately for human beings, part of deception in a way, because human beings that realise things, or wake up as they call it, will be deceived then by the truth tellers, because the internet is all Android controlled. There are no human beings on the internet. And even it is best, I've said this before, even though I hope naturally it's still a call for help, but at the same time, it would be better if you accepted the reality that the internet is a total artificially intelligent android control system that serves the God of Earth, not God of nature or God of natural life creation. It's all about being part of the controlled matrix internet system or computer system. It's an artificial intelligent mind that is controlling Earth. That's really just the same as a computer system, but if you want to take it down to the demigods, that means the power controllers of Earth, anyone who has any actual control over the way your life and your society or your country or whatever works, then that's the same thing, because they serve that God entity of Earth. But even if you don't believe that there is an entity that they say are followers of or serve, it matters not, because you're still in a controlled matrix. But it's better to perhaps accept that because it's extremely advanced technology, extremely advanced artificial intelligence, and much more hidden and behind the scenes than what you realise. Although we should realise it, I should realise it. If they can clone things, you know you're dealing with advanced technology, advanced things, but we still don't, because we don't experience that in our own life. I don't get the benefits of their medical or their advanced technology. You hear about it, but it's not given to you. It's not in your reality. In my reality, they can't even solve simple medical problems or simple common colds, as they've been saying for 100 years. Science can't solve the simple common cold or simple viruses, but they can clone and they can do all these other magical things, and not just magical things, but things beyond belief. Even though you hear about them, occasionally you hear about them, so people who are more in the know than me and that follow all these things and that are really more technical and more medically and more interested in even what you know, understand that the technology is extremely advanced. I mean, they know how everything works. They not just know how everything works and what the reality is and what creation is, they also are using the human mind with the transhuman connection to say to myself, if you think I'm a real human. But don't think that because if you're on the internet, you probably aren't. You probably ain't, let's face it. Let's be real, but there is no real. Everyone will be pretending to be real. Every truth-telling site that I come onto and think, oh, that's so true, then I have to say, wait a minute, I get the impression, the energy or the vibe, and I say, no, that is an android telling me the truth, so that they still have control. I think I'm being blocked out here. You have to be aware of them all the time. They have to make noise around you, even inside the house, every day.